What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Casual Big Ten Podcast. Today is Thursday, August 10th, 2023. My name is Kent Peterson. I'm joined today on the show by Brad. We'll get to him in just a second. But first, on today's show, we're going to discuss quarterbacks majorly. We're going to discuss what's going on TV right now. We got a countdown to football kicking off and maybe even a couple of other things. But let's get back to the man with the plan. Brad, welcome back to the show. This is like your, what? I would say like fifth appearance, right?
Third, maybe.
Maybe
did third. Let's say.
Okay, I think we did two at the Big Ten tournament, and I know you talked for a little bit when we went to the Michigan State game last year against Western.
Oh yeah, at the hotel. That's right.
And then we did a basketball episode as well. I can't remember what it was about, but so I think this is 5, man. I think I'm counting right.
Yeah, my DNA is all over this show.
Oh man, it's covered. Let's not waste any more time though. The reason why you're on the show is people are going to have to start getting familiarized with your face and your voice, because starting in but 2 weeks, we have a new series coming out. It's called Bet Big. You are going to be the co-host of that show, one of the co-hosts of that show. How excited are you on a level? Well, actually, 2 questions. How excited were you when I first asked you about it? And then how excited are you now that I have a pile of $100 bills right next to your name with the hashtag Bet Big right now on the screen?
Bet Big Brad. Triple B. Trips. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited? When you first told me, I was like a 5, and now I think I'm like a 4.
It went down.
It's a time commitment, man. I'm a busy person.
Listen, man, I'm going to do all the work for you. I'm going to set up the sheet for you. I'll have all the lines. All you have to do is pull up the sheet while you're recording and just kind of make picks as we go through. And honestly, I think people that are less prepared do better at gambling when it comes to things like this. Do you agree with that?
Maybe, yeah. I guess.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It should be fun. It'll be fun. It's going to be fun, right?
It's going to be super fun. I did want to follow up on that Bet Big Brad, though. Are you planning on changing your Twitter name? Because on the screen right now, it simply says Brad with a period after it.
How important am I going to become if I change it? Like, is it worth changing?
I think not.
Am I going to be famous?
Probably not.
Oh, then no, I'll just leave it what it is.
How many people would have to follow you to have you change it to Big Brad, B1G Brad?
Like more than 25.
I feel like if someone was really bored and listening to this right now, they would just steal that name instantly.
They probably will. Or somebody. Either way, I don't tweet anything. So I think I might have like 10 followers. I get on Twitter, read stuff, and then I comment randomly, but I don't ever like have my own thoughts.
I got you.
No opinions are out there on my Twitter account, or X account.
I am excited about getting this started though. In 2 weeks, so let's just get this out too. In 2 weeks, we're going to do a full over-unders for every team in the Big Ten. And then starting week 1, we will have an episode, which also, by the way, you're coming down to my house. We might do that one live, so we might miss the first game, that Minnesota-Nebraska game, because you're going to be flying down here that night. But we're going to do an episode each week, and we'll cover all the spreads and all the over-unders for every game that the Big Ten is participating in. They'll be fun episodes, man. This is going to be a blast, right?
Yes.
All right. Good. Great feedback.
I have no idea. I hope so.
All right, let's get into this, man. We are but 3 weeks, exactly 3 weeks away from Big Ten football kicking off, the college football season kicking off. It's a great time to be a football fan. You should be getting excited about your team. But also right now, something I wanted to talk about, this is the most amazing time to be a football viewer, just period. So out right now, there's the Johnny Manziel Untold Story on Netflix. Mm-hmm. There was another football one that someone was tweeting about yesterday. I forget about, but the one I want to talk about right now is Hard Knocks. We were texting back and forth about Hard Knocks today, and you're also a Lions fan like me. So talk about your disdain for Aaron Rodgers, and are you even planning on watching this stupid show this year?
Huge amount of disdain. That's a solid word. That's a solid word.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't like him as a player or a person.
Okay.
No, I don't have anything against him. I don't like him as a player because he used to beat up on the Lions and pull shit out of his ass. Is this a cussing?
You can say that. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I have, especially after you texted me that you immediately started getting annoyed with the writing that was going on, the dick writing.
Yes.
I think you. So no, I don't. I thought I was gonna maybe try to watch it, but nah, I don't. I don't have time. I don't have time to not like something that I'm watching.
Yeah, I hear you, dude. I watched the first episode all the way through just to give it a chance to see if there was something that I could like grab onto, but I didn't like anybody on the Jets at all. And it started with their coach. The opening series, I'm gonna like do a little bit of a spoiler right here. The opening scene, I should say, is always like, you remember last year when Campbell got up there and he had like this really hype speech and it was like super motivating? They tried to do that with Salah. I forget his first name now. I can't even think of his first name, but Salah got up there and he's trying to do this like motivational speech and he's reading off notes from a monitor in front of him.
Oh no.
Yeah, dude.
That doesn't do it.
No,
That
it wasn't good.
No. I mean, I can see how people would think Campbell is disgenuine and kind of cringy too. But if you like the Lions, you're all in. So
I don't get that vibe from him at all, even from outside people. But anyways, that's my thoughts on Hard Knocks. I think their coach is I don't think he's phony. I just think he's cringy. Like everything that he said, like even when he was like, "Let's fucking go, man," it was just like, dude, you just sound weird when you say it. I don't know. It was just weird.
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not that big of a NFL fan that I would watch a team that isn't one that I cheer for
I got
on
you.
hard. You know?
Yeah.
I just don't care. I
I
don't care. I guess that was entertaining, but I personally will not be partaking.
I hear you, man. Don't do it then. Another show that I do highly recommend, though, is a show called Quarterback. And this is going to take us perfectly into the next segment. But I wanted to talk about this show a little bit because there's two Big Ten legends in this show. You have the Michigan State former quarterback, Kirk Cousins. You have Patrick Mahomes, which is not a Big Ten legend. And then you have the Atlanta Falcons quarterback turned used to be Tennessee Titans guy, but former Oregon Duck, Marcus Mariota, Big Ten legend, Heisman Trophy winner. I can't remember. He's one of the last Heisman Trophy winners the Big Ten has had. So really proud of Marcus coming out of the Big Ten and being represented on this show. I love this show. Can I get this off my chest real quick, and then I'll just do my little pitch, and then you can give your thoughts on it.
Sure.
I hated Patrick Mahomes. I hated Patrick Mahomes. I hated Patrick Mahomes before the show started, and I hate him even more now. I also didn't love Kirk Cousins for the same reason I don't like Aaron Rodgers, because he's in the Lions division and things of that nature. I think he's kind of corny too. I love Kirk Cousins now. He's awesome.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, dude, you got to watch the show. Yeah, you got to watch the show. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good
Okay.
dude.
All right.
He's not like overly entertaining, but he's just such a nice guy that like you have to cheer for him. He's like when he gets mad, he's like, "Oh golly."
I don't know about that.
He'll be like, "Gosh darn it." On the field too. Like if he misses a throw, he'll be like, "Gosh darn it."
On the field?
Yeah. He doesn't cuss, dude.
That's insane.
Oh my god. And then Marcus Mariota, I don't even remember this from 2 years ago, but they gave Desmond Ridder the job like during his season, so they're like in the middle of that right now. I have 2 episodes left. Love this show. I love the quarterback position. I love it so much that yesterday I sat down, I made a spreadsheet, and I ranked all the Big Ten quarterbacks. And this is what I wanted to get to today on this podcast really quickly. Don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but I have the rankings up on the screen 1 through 7 right now. I want to explain myself just a little bit, the algorithm that I used, because I took a lot of heat on this. Did you see the comments on Twitter today, Brad?
I did see the comments, yeah.
Man, they were coming at me, dude. They were coming at my head hard. Is that a pause?
For your head.
Coming for my head. They were coming on my head. They were not pleased with my rankings, but basically what I did, I'll just put it in a nutshell. I took stats that every quarterback's had from their career, passing, yardage, touchdowns, and interceptions, and I put that into my formula. I weighted what I thought each one was, whatever was most important to me. Like touchdown interception ratio was more important than rushing yards, for example. But I put all their stats into the formula. I also added whether they had, how many games they had won and how many games they had lost, which gave me a winning percentage. And then I also used the projected wins that they would have for this season. And I got, for the top 7, J.J. McCarthy, Drew Aller, number 3, Kyle McCord, number 4, Tanner Mordecai, number 5, Tualia Tagovailoa, number 6, Cade, and number 7, Jeff Sims. Do you have any disputes with those top 7, with that top 7?
What does Jeff Sims play for?
He's the Nebraska. He was at Tennessee last year. He's transferring to Nebraska. He's supposed to be really good though. So,
not really. No. Besides, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen half of those guys play yet.
Right.
So that's what this is. It's a preseason, content. You just got to get some stuff out there.
That's what I was trying to get at with some of the people today. I just didn't understand why everybody was so mad at me. They were just like, okay, so like this comment that I just got 2 minutes ago, Hudson Card will be better than 11th. That's insulting him. Well, he's not though.
Yeah, maybe.
He's not WX _ Matthew G. He's just not at this point. If they come out and they have a good year, obviously the rankings are going to change. It's like a preseason, like putting out the preseason polls. Those don't matter either. It's based on what you've done in the past and your potential for this year. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not insulting. You can say, hey man, I don't think you're correct on this. It's not insulting to somebody. This is before the season.
I can't even imagine. There was one guy that had a nice comment to me. He was like, this list isn't bad based on like projections. He was like, I just think that this one person should be a little bit higher. And I was like, you know what, man? Thanks for your feedback. I appreciate that. Because everyone else was like, you're a goddamn idiot, dude. Let me go through the bottom part of it, though, the second half. Number 8 was Noah Kim. Number 9 was Ben Bryant. He's at Northwestern. He's a transfer as well. Number 10 was Ethan Kalika-Manis. He's at Minnesota. I'm just trying to get all these out. Number 11 was Hudson Card, the guy I was just talking about. 12 was Taven Jackson. He's actually the one from Tennessee. I forget where Jeff Sims is coming from now that I'm talking about it. Number 13, the one that I got the most comments about was Luke Altmaier at Illinois. And then number 14 was Gavin Wimsatt. All these guys are good players. That's why they're playing in the Big Ten. I understand that. Luke Altmaier has done nothing so far, though. And neither has a lot of these other guys, but he's also on Illinois, who's projected to not do very well. He was also on Ole Miss, who didn't do very well when he played there. So I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It pissed me off a little bit, though, because I actually, for once on this account, I actually spent time like putting thought into it instead of just making a list. And people were still coming on my head.
You got a shower for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I was I was looking through a few other accounts, and people are just very opinionated and very in their feelings about where their players are getting ranked. Also, listening to your preview shows of all the teams that I knew nothing about. One, very helpful. Great job with those, by the way.
Thanks, man. Appreciate the listens.
And then second, this is the time of year where like everybody is so like up on their team. You know,
Yeah.
like there's no way. There's no way. Nebraska. That's right. Talking about you. There's no way. 10 wins, I think they said. They say 10 wins?
No, they didn't say 10. I think one. Maybe they did. I don't remember.
Like, I almost got in a car accident when they had said it. I forgot. 10 wins.
You are right, though. I mean, everyone's hyped this time of year because it's a couple of weeks away from the season. So they're like, the best is going to happen to us this year for sure.
Yeah, everybody still has a chance to be good right now.
Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, though. It's just not the way the cookie crumbles. And you know what? If the hill that I have to die on is that Luke Altmaier is not going to be very good at Illinois, then kill me. Because I'm on the hill right now, dude. And that's the one, I would say, honestly, the thing is, like, I also mentioned this in the comments at one point, is that I used an algorithm for it. Because one dude told me I was using no critical thinking skills, which I thought was super offensive.
But if you say that, you got to come out with your own list then, though.
That's what I told him. I was like, let me see your list then. But I said that if I did this blindly, it would have been a little bit different. And by a little bit different, I would have put his guy, Luke Altmaier, at number 14 instead of 13 for sure. Because I think he's the least talented player quarterback-wise in the Big Ten. I'm sorry. I just do. Stats-wise, though, he got jolted up to number 13. So they should be excited about that. I don't know. It was wild to me, though. So that's the quarterback position. Any other thoughts on that list? And anybody that I listed that you're super excited to see this year besides your guy, obviously?
I'm excited to see Drew Aller play. I'm excited to watch J.J. McCarthy have a horrible season. Who else was there was somebody else that I wanted to. I don't know. There's a lot of new quarterbacks this year, man.
Oh yeah, totally. I was talking about that last week, but Kyle McCord's the Ohio State one, and then Tanner Mordecai is the one that I'm actually, his name's a little bit cut off on my screen right now, but he's the SMU transfer that's at Wisconsin. That should be super interesting to watch. I'm excited about that one.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a lot of guys. Cade at Iowa. I'm excited to see a lot of these guys. Jeff Sims. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. I love the quarterback position. I just love it. I mean, it's the most important position, right?
I'm happy for you. Kind of.
Kind of. Some people say it's offensive line. I don't know. I think it's the quarterback position. That's really all I wanted to talk about today, Brad. Is there anything else besides the bet big that we have coming up in 2 weeks, and then the quarterback stuff that we talked about today that you wanted to get into? I'm super excited about this new series, man. It's going to be fun.
It should be good. It should be good. You should tweet that out. You should say quarterback is the most important position, and then see how many people come for your head.
I swear you could tweet anything, dude. Like, if I was like, after the first game of the year, if Minnesota wins, like against Nebraska, if I was like, man, Minnesota is better than Nebraska, they'd be like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, they won today, but it was at home, so I don't know, dude.
If Minnesota wins their first game, you're going to get a ton of comments anyway because all the hate that you've thrown this preseason.
That's facts. That's big facts.
I would not listen to your show.
What did that dude say? The one dude, speaking of comments, that one dude tweeted at my I posted the one from when I had Jeffrey the Greek on, and we did the draft of like the games we're most excited about. I made a graphic for that, and this dude commented, and he was like, I like this, but I heard what you said about Minnesota, so unfortunately I can't watch any more of your shows.
I'm not even upset with him, man.
I'm not either.
That's they should be.
He was big mad, dude.
Uh,
He was
that's
B1G mad at
that's
that shit. That was funny though to me. All right, that's it, man. Anything else? Any closing lines? That's all I have today. It was a short. It's been a long off season, dude. There's really not a lot to talk about. I know basketball's starting. They're starting to play like some games overseas and stuff. I got an email from
mm,
Purdue that they had a link for their game that they were in like Spain or Europe somewhere. And I was like, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching preseason basketball. I just can't. I don't
uh,
even watch preseason NFL. Like, I'm not watching preseason college basketball. I can't do that. I'm not excited about it until we get a little bit closer to the season. We're not close to basketball season yet.
no.
Yeah.
I would watch, but no, I'm trying to be excited for football at least until the first game. Get me through. Get me through the first couple weeks.
Okay.
Michigan State.
There it is. There's his team. All right. Thanks for jumping on, man. I appreciate it. I know that was a short one today. We'll see. I don't have my music playing on the outro today, so we'll see you guys in the future.